These are the craziest sea encounters of all time, but as the video goes on, they get more and more terrifying. And by the end, we've got a group of orcas that have declared actual war on boats, and they're winning. Let's start with the one that sounds made up. In 2023, Adrian Simankis was kayaking with his father in Chile's Strait of Magellan. Beautiful day, calm water. A humpback whale surfaces nearby, which is already cool enough. But then something goes wrong. What happens next is on camera. His father is filming. 1 second, Adrian is there. The next second, he is inside the mouth of a whale. The whale closes around him and his kayak. He later told the Associated Press, and I'm not paraphrasing here, "I thought it had already eaten me. I thought I had died. There was nothing I could do." Then the whale just let him go. Humpbacks don't have teeth. They have comb-like filters for catching tiny krill, so Adrian was never actually in danger of being digested. But try telling your brain that when you're sitting inside the mouth of a 40-ton animal in the middle of the ocean. The craziest part? His father got the whole thing on camera, and after it was over, Adrian said he and his dad were already planning their next kayaking trip. Bro literally got swallowed by a whale and booked a return trip. Respect. Okay, now this one is ongoing, and it only gets weirder the more you learn about it. Since 2020, a group of orcas off the coast of Spain and Portugal have been systematically targeting and sinking boats. Not accidentally, not randomly. Deliberately. Between 2020 and 2026, there have been approximately 500 recorded interactions between these orcas and vessels, and they follow the exact same attack pattern every single time. Swim straight at the boat, hit the rudder, keep hitting until it breaks, then swim away. Now watch what this looks like from inside the boat.
At least 7 boats have been fully sunk by orcas around the Iberian Peninsula since 2020, and more than 250 boats were reported to have been damaged between 2020 and 2023. Sailors started calling the area Orca Alley. But here's where it gets genuinely insane. Scientists identified a ringleader. A 2023 paper in Marine Mammal Science identified a possible ringleader, a mature female orca named White Gladis. Her preference for downing yachts made her an eat-the-rich icon on social media. Scientists think White Gladis may have had a traumatic encounter with a boat or fishing net at some point, and now she is teaching her entire pod how to do it. The behavior has spread. What started as one whale's grudge has become a learned skill passed through generations. The internet naturally lost its mind. White Gladis became a meme. People started calling the orcas anti-capitalist heroes. There were fan accounts, and somewhere in the Strait of Gibraltar, a whale named Gladys is out there right now, not knowing she has a fan base, just hitting rudders because that's what Gladys does. Not everyone who gets attacked by the ocean is as lucky as Adrian. On July 30th, 1945, the USS Indianapolis had just completed a top-secret mission delivering the components of the atomic bomb that would be dropped on Hiroshima. On its return journey, it was struck by 2 Japanese torpedoes in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The ship sank in 12 minutes. About 900 men were sent into the shark-infested waters of the Pacific Ocean. And here is where it becomes one of the worst survival stories in human history. The Navy did not know the ship had sunk. No distress signal got through. The men were alone in open ocean. No lifeboats for most of them. When rescuers finally arrived, the sharks had eaten much of the crew. Only 317 people survived the disaster, many of whom told chilling tales of hearing blood-curdling screams in the middle of the night as sharks attacked their fellow sailors. For 4 days, 900 men fought to stay alive in water full of oceanic white-tip sharks, one of the most aggressive species on Earth. They had to stay awake. The moment someone fell asleep and slipped under the surface, they were gone. Survivors described forming groups trying to keep the injured in the center, watching their numbers shrink every single night. 317 made it out. The United States Navy had never suffered a single loss of life at sea as great as the sinking of the USS Indianapolis. And the sharks played a massive role in that. It remains the deadliest shark event in recorded history. Not a single attack, but 4 days of attrition in open ocean.
If you want more moments that prove the world is wilder than you think, click this video right here. You're not gonna want to miss it.